So I know obviously it was a closeout game for them. They came out with tons of energy and intensity. Was it just a matter of not being able to keep pace with that energy on their side?
Uh, yeah, I would say yeah, man. You know, they played a great game. They played a good series. Um, you know, it's unfortunate, you know, with the start that we got out to in the first game. You know, they adjusted and they played as well.
Just talk about the journey to get to the playoffs. I'm sure it was a great ride for you. First time in the postseason. Just talk about what it meant for you to be in the playoffs for the first time.
It's been huge, man. I'm beyond thankful that we got here, and grateful. You know, not excited about the turnout, but you know, it's something to be happy about. It's something to be proud of, for the team, for the organization, for the city, and you know, we build on it and we look ahead.
Jerry, you feel like the culture has changed a little bit? Evan was talking about you can feel things headed the right direction. Do you believe in that culture building?
I would say yes. You know, in just a short amount of time that you know we've been under new management and a new coach, and you know all that, it's shown how different it's been from last year to this year. So you know we continue to look ahead and move forward, and we make another leap, getting ready, you know, through a summer and next year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
What is the latest? Again, this will be something you'll figure out in the days to come when it's not so fresh. But what did this team accomplish, and how lasting is what this team accomplished?
I mean, we did a lot, but I mean, the goal for us was to get to the playoffs and play well. And I feel like we came up just a little short, but you know, for the most part, you know, it was a good feeling getting here, but it would have been a better feeling, you know, if it went to Game 7 and it was decided by, you know, maybe let's say one possession or something. But I mean, it wasn't bad. We did some good things this year.
Terrence Evans said he feels like the culture has changed. You know, that it was a lot of years of struggle, but it feels different now. It feels like the thing is headed in the right direction. Do you kind of share that belief?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely on the up and up. I mean, we're taking, you know, steps in the right direction, and you know, this will be a learning experience. I hope, you know, this organization develop.
How much do you want to be a part of it going forward? You know, stay here and build, keep building, help build.
No, for sure. I love it. You know, it's always fun to come to a team that's, you know, getting to the good part of where they want to be. You know, we took a big step this season, and you know, to be a part of it was special. And you know, of course, I would love to come back.
Terrence, you know some of those guys over there. It's the first time this team's won a series in 5 games. Generally, you know,
So obviously they came out with so much energy and intensity. Was it just a matter of you not being able to keep up with their pace early on?
Yeah, I mean, all series we did a poor job coming out, starting. And, you know, it's tough when you play in a deficit against a team like that because, you know, they have so much talent. They got so much playmaking on that team. So when you're playing from behind, it's difficult. It just makes the game too difficult for us.
I know the outcome wasn't favorable for you guys, but was this good experience for you being your first time in the playoffs?
Of course, you know, you take everything as a lesson. And, you know, we know what to expect. And we'll be back. And we'll be better.
Your journey to get to the playoffs was memorable. I'm sure you'll have a lot of fond memories of that time. Just talk about what it meant to you to get to the playoffs and go through that whole experience.
Well, I mean, we really felt like we learned how to win through regular season. So now it's about learning how to win in the postseason, and we just got a little taste of it. You know, we got one win. We played pretty well that first game, and then they basically flipped the switch. You know, they turned their level up, and you know, we got to be able to do that. We got to be able to reciprocate, and then intensify as well. So there's ways to win. We didn't do that, but yeah, we learned how to win in the regular season.
Josh Robbins with The Athletic. You just came off the floor 15 minutes ago, but how disappointing is the way this series ended and the fact that the series is over for you?
Yeah, it's disappointing, you know, to lose the way we lost tonight. You know, after game 1, we thought that they were going to start, you know, playing even better, and that we're going to do better in this series. But as the series went on, you know, started playing much better. They stepped up their game on both ends of the floor, and we weren't able to do that. And it showed. Each game it was very hard for us, and they deserved to win the series. They played great as the series went on. They did what they needed to do. At the same time, they were the favorites coming into the series. They had a great season all season long, and they showed it. Why they're one of the best teams in the whole league. And we were obviously disappointed that we didn't put up a better fight, especially tonight. But it is what it is now.
John Denton, OrlandoMagic.com. Vooch, how will you remember this season? Will you remember that 22-9 stretch, or will you remember coming up short in the playoffs?
Well, I think that this is going to stay for us for a little while. Just because the way it finished, with the tough loss, the big we lost by how much? 19, whatever it is. So that's going to probably sting for a little while. But at the same time, I think that what we did this season, I think we can all be proud of it. To make the playoffs after such a long time. Fight from being down 11 games under 500. So I think that after a little while, after this kind of goes away, I think we can look back at it and be proud of what we did. It was I'm so proud of all my teammates, all the coaches, for all the work that we put in, all the fight, all the grind that we had all season long. Nobody thought that we were going to even be close to making the playoffs, and we did. So I'm proud of my teammates for that. I think obviously we're all disappointed, but after a little while, like I said, I think we can look at the season and be proud of what we achieved.
Mike Bianchi, Orlando Sentinel. Vooch, obviously a tough loss, first playoffs. So what are the lessons learned from this loss and the entire playoffs?
Well, there's a lot of lessons to be learned. I think for me personally, take some time off and then look back at it. And but I think that the main thing for us is you have to be able to step your game up to a whole other level once you get to the playoffs. And I just feel like we weren't able to do that. They did it, and they deserve a lot of credit for the way they played this series. They played great ball on both ends of the floor. They took us out of a lot of stuff. They scored, in many ways, and we just couldn't find a way to do anything really. So a lot of credit to them. But for us, it's just you learn that you have to step your game up on both ends of the floor. Your preparation has to be better. Your approach has to be better. Everything. And for a lot of us, it was first time playing in the playoffs like this and have major roles on our teams. And it's a good learning experience for us. Obviously, it's a tough one. It's going to stuck for a while, but it's still a good experience for us. And the next time we're in this position, I think we feel that we're going to do better.
John Denton, OrlandoMagic.com. Vooch, how much is Toronto kind of a blueprint in that they have a lot of two-way players, they're top 10 offense, top 10 defense, that's what it takes to win in the playoffs?
No, absolutely. I mean, you see the way they're built, what they have on their team, and it enables them to play well on both ends of the floor. And that's why they were the second best record in the league after the regular season. That's when they were one of the favorites to win it all. And they showed it. I mean, they showed it in the series. Like I said, the defensive end, it took us out of stuff that we like to do a lot. On the offensive end, they were able to find ways to for every mistake that we made defensively, able to find ways to score, and it just shows they're a good team. They built to play well on both ends of the floor. They have a lot of great players. Obviously Kawhi had a great series as well, but all of them, and I think Marc Gasol was a great pickup for them at the deadline as well. Gives them another big guy on the defensive end and somebody that opens up a lot for them on the offensive end. So. They're a great team. A lot of credit to them, and I think that they can go really far this year.
Vooch, recognizing it's, again, only 20 minutes after the game ended, but was there any point out there toward the end of the game where you wondered whether that would be your last game with the Magic? And a second question, do you have any sense of what this summer will look like and what you will want to do long-term, whether to re-sign?
No, that never crossed my mind at all during the game. Even now, I think it's still early to talk about it. We just finished the series, and there's a lot of disappointment for all of us. So, I'll address that later on in off season.
Nick, you mentioned Marc Gasol. What is it? Just his size? What about his presence down there was able to give you, I guess, a lot of trouble in the series?
Yeah, I mean he's his size obviously is big. He's smart defensively, knows how to use his body. He slaps the ball down a lot. He's really good at that. And yeah, I mean he gave me trouble all series long. I wasn't really able to get in the rhythm, get going. Even times when I had good looks, I wasn't able to knock them down. And I think at times I was overthinking stuff a little bit. I was rushing stuff. Just wasn't playing the way I was playing all season long, and it's disappointing for me. And I wanted to come in and have a good series and help the team win, and I came up short. But yeah, I mean he's a great player. I've played him a lot of times over the years, and it's never been easy. And he certainly made it tough for me again this series.
Last question here.
Vooch, Evan and Terrence talked about they feel like there's a culture change this year, that things are turned around, they're headed in the right direction. Do you kind of feel the same?
No, absolutely. Big time. You look at the way we played this year, the past years. It's like it's a different team, but it's the same players really. We're very organized on both ends of the floor. We knew what we had to do, and as the season went on, we played better and better. And towards the end of the year, we played some of our best basketball, and it showed. And like I said, it was the same players, a lot of young guys, but we're just very well organized. And I think it comes from the culture that Coach Cliff installed, put in for us, and we just as the season went on, all bought into it and started playing the way he wanted us, and it was successful for us. So definitely a change, for the better. I think that even with us making the playoffs and the run that we had to finish the season, we brought back some hope for the city of Orlando. I think that the Magic fans, will be proud of what we have achieved. I think they're obviously disappointed as we are now, but when they look back at this season after the rough couple of years that we had, I think they're going to be proud of this team and support us. So it was definitely a good season for us to build something special. Thank you, guys.